Never long enough for me to be able to eat my breakfast. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Hi, Eli. Hi, Rio. Oh man. Oh, what a state I'm in today. I overslept my alarm, and the allergens are so bad that it feels like I've been punched from the inside out on my face. It's not the best. I hope that you're doing better than I am today. At the least, I have some fresh coffee. Like, it's not that I. Man, how does an inside out punch even work? Well, mostly it feels like your sinuses are beating up the rest of your face, you know? Because they've swollen so much. I had a strange Sunday because like I thought I was going to have to do some type of yard work, but then I ended up not having to. So I came home and then I proceeded to basically do a whole bunch of video work that I wasn't thinking that I would do, and that I basically didn't enjoy my Sunday. You know, like I didn't. There was no rest and relaxation. It was mostly work. Oh right, this is what I left off doing. Should probably switch the capture to Starfield. Um, what does my inventory look like? Yep, looking pretty good. All right. Time to head back. Okay. Into the unknown. There's a large anomaly on a distant planet that matches the signature of the artifacts. I need to find it. Okay, cool. Let's chart a course. Wow, that's really close. Rock. Wow. H2O, CuArF, XF4, IL, and E. I wish I knew my periodic table because none of those elements on this freaking planet make sense to me. Scanner anomaly. Let's plan. I had a football Sunday, so I think I did all right. But we always appreciate your video work, Will. Well, thank you. Open the hand scanner and look for distortions in your field of view. Follow the distortions to the source. A cold cave nettle. Oh, sealant in the form of sap. May as well go crazy with it. I was doing good until a knot developed in my back as I was working on replastering a wall. Well, that doesn't sound fun. That over there looks like an anomaly. I think that that's where I'm supposed to head. I've got this sneaking suspicion. Stay the fuck away from me, rock. Man, these shield shells are all over the place. They spit! Ugh! Oh, for God's sake. Alright, fine. Woo! Do not fuck with me. I come in peace, but you couldn't help but spit. Very insulting where I come from. Unexplored geophysical feature. Gravitational anomaly. If that's not it, I don't know what is. It occurs to me now I do not have the ability to jet boost. Or I can't boost my way up because I never took the perk. Probably a problem for me. I got a question, Will. Have you been to Earth? Yes, I have been to Earth. I have not thoroughly looked around Earth all that much. I basically found the London landmark and left it at that. Anomalies converge on this location and remain locked with each other. What the? What are these things? sneak up to? What is money called in space? Starbucks. Oh, no. I think I remember fighting something similar to those things in Crisis 3 campaign. What do you say if you want to start a fight in space? Comment me, bro. Why couldn't the star stay focused? He kept spacing out. You're always starring up trouble. Oh, for God's sake, cooler. Oh my God. I've got no brain today, man. Now I got this guy trying to cause trouble for me. Maybe. Just maybe. Okay, nope, they're not gonna leave me alone. This thing is weird and creepy. Like, what do they want me to do here? I can't do anything. Quick, find a mountain, run up the side like it was flat. Yes, exactly. What's that over there? There's one hell of a spire over there. Around well, here's the thing. Like, this is where the gravitational anomaly hits its peak, I guess. So I'm imagining that they want me to go up there and do something about it. Let me check my log. Just keep my scanner up and follow the distortions to the source. Yeah, so it's like, okay, go to the source. And it's like, this is the source. And they're not like... I'm assuming they want me to, like, fly up there, but I don't have the jetpack ability. Do I even have a perk point? I do. Boost pack training. I guess they want me to boost pack up to it. It's kind of a problem when they're like, no, make your character do whatever you want. Oh, by the way, you have to take boost pack. And they do not tell you that. Because that's just what it seems to be in this case. That's what I'm imagining I'm looking at here, but I don't actually know that that's what they want me to do. And to be fair, all games have this problem to a certain degree. What's not immediately clear, because this is not a game... Bethesda games are not known for their puzzles. Like, you go and you play a Zelda game, it's like, okay, like, you want me to do some sort of a puzzle here, I get it. Like, the whole entire game franchise is built around them. But... Bethesda games? There's no puzzles built around these places. So the minute that they put one in the game, you're like, is this what you meant for me to do? Or am I just interpreting this wrong? Because it's not what they specialize in. William, what would you do if gives you a fried mushroom sandwich with strong mustard? I would gag. That is the primary thing that I would do. I would gag. Oof. You can just boost the structure until it comes down. Wouldn't that work, or is that just not a solution in the Bethesda game? The problem here is that I don't have the boost ability. Like, I haven't taken it. It feels a lot like they're trying to tell me, hey, you're supposed to get up here, and it's like, well, okay, but what if I didn't take the boost pack ability? And they just didn't bother to inform you that this is, like, super critical and necessary. You have to take it. But, I don't know, man. Alright, let's just go ahead and make a big save, because I don't want to spend a point on the boost ability. But it looks like I'm gonna have to. Oops. Alright, there we go. Boost jump 10 times while in combat. Okay. How the hell does this work? Okay. Took some damage there. Wow, I cannot boost for shit. Maybe the scanner distortion is the hint. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if I highlight this, it literally says, multiple gravitational anomalies converge at this location and remain locked with each other. So it's like, yeah, this is clearly it. It's the point that I'm looking for, but, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Shoot the middle of it? I mean... I ain't seen shit. Man, this prick over here keeps getting closer. I know he's gonna cause me trouble eventually. It's just one of those moments. It's like everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, you run into something that is probably supposed to be absurdly obvious, and it's just, for whatever reason, it's not, man. The funnest part of any game. Boosting and then waiting for the boost to wear off. This couldn't go wrong at all. I mean, the sounds are getting louder. It seems very likely that this is exactly what they want me to do. Oh, fuck. Man, this sucks ass. These huge shellback things are everywhere. Okay, this is looking better. Investigate the source. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Really? It makes something different so incredibly... Alright, great. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and load then. Because I didn't want to take the frickin' boost. Did I take those perk? No, I still got that fucking perk point. Alright, cool. We're headed whatever direction this is. God forbid that they should give you a freaking compass. Like, that actually lets you know whether or not you're going north, south, east, or west. Temple Etta. How strange. New Strife solutions? A space compass? Like, there's a bunch of things that have just become basically normal in the game. in games, and the fact that Bethesda was just like, why would you need a compass? I do not understand this, you know? It's a little bit infuriating. Like, they give you a compass, but they don't mark the directions on the compass, and it's like, bro, like, that's kind of an important thing. Why is it not there? Alright, well, evidently, going up onto the platform there is a bad idea, so we'll just go down into the heart of it. Is it actually... Oh, it is actually opening. Oh, this must be the part where I awaken my star powers. Press space to float and L to float down. Oh man, this is in direct L to float down. I have to take my... Oh, left control. Left control. Okay, okay, I was... Oh, okay, I think that I... Oh, shit. I just exited the... That's not what I meant to do. I'm fine, everyone. I'm fine. Let me into it. I want to be in the middle of this. Okay, cool. Looks like I can't do anything. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that actually did something. What's this? Away from me. Where'd you go? Come here. Shouldn't have eaten that local mushroom sandwich. Equip your new power. Press tab to open the data menu. Select the area at the top to access your powers. Select the power to equip it. Anti-grav field. Oh, happy day. Okay. Press Z. Oh, okay, so it's just like shouting. Okay. That was not anti-grav. I just got a sprain from doing that shit. Oh, fucking hell. I want my goddamn money back. Is that little blue bar how when I can do my power again? I'm assuming that the mission is to go back to the lodge. I need to return to the lodge and let everyone know what happened. Okay, cool. I like how, like, nobody else wants to do the job of searching and exploring and collecting up these relics. Or artifacts or whatever. Everybody's just like, yeah, let the new guy do it. It's like, are you guys not telling me something? Is this a dangerous thing I'm doing? Alright, where the hell is, let's return to the course rider.
Hey, how are you?
Okay. Back to the lodge. Greetings, Doomsday. We're all fine. I woke up, like, way too late. In fact, I woke up so late and was so disoriented by like, waking up late that I almost just, like, stumbled downstairs, made coffee, and came up here to stream without getting dressed. I had to remind myself to do that. Have you ever had a day like that where it's just, like, you were so out of it, you just can't even... You can't think straight, so you forget something important. Oh, aromatics and liquor. How on earth are you supposed to get your hands on the liquor? Like, I'm searching for this shit, and I can't find it. Let's go ahead and make a proper save again.
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tale.
Vlad, it gave me powers. Powers!
What in the blackest sea are you going on about? What did it do to you?
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it?
Sure.
Everyone saw that, right?
You're in the middle of it still.
Little gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird.
the temple. It did this.
So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time.
You think that there's one temple for each artifact?
It's a strong theory. Couldn't find that planetary anomaly without the data from the artifact. We'll need one to find the other.
So you can't just find the temples for the artifacts we already have.
Not all at once. You'll need to take the home voyage after you found each one. Should hopefully have more potentials for you then.
Other planets might have more gravitational anomalies. Could I just search for all of them?
You'd still need to cross-reference the artifacts we have with the data from the Eye to pinpoint the source.
I'll follow the other anomaly you found. Hopefully it's another temple.
Don't think it's just Fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
If you have a moment, I have something I'd like to discuss.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right.
Ah, I see you found the temple. These are like shouts in Skyrim. Yes, yes, Bethesda has decided to be so original to basically recreate the power system in Skyrim, because that's what everybody loved about Skyrim. It was the ability to shout, right? That's why everybody's played so many hours of Skyrim. Not because it had a surprisingly robust RPG system with a lot of different ways to play your character in a tightly packed yet expansive world for you to explore. So you always felt like there was something fun and interesting right around the corner from wherever you were.
I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little soiree I'm planning.
Soiree? What are you up to?
A business meeting, of a sort at least.
Okay, I'm interested. Let's hear it.
It's about an artifact, and our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it. Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect.
I'm an explorer, not muscle for a shady meeting.
I hate to point out the obvious, but everyone in Constellation is exceedingly dangerous. Even the 12-year-old. I know my request isn't what we usually do, but we all have our methods. I have connections and buying power. Why not use them? So what do you say? I just need a ride to Neon, we talk to a few underhanded operatives, and then we're back for evening drinks.
Alright, fine. Let's go.
To the Volai star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited.
Alright. I now have a different companion to follow me around. We're not? Oh, he's just leaving without me. Okay, he's not the type to follow me around.
With the quarters available to you.
Wow, I made a mess of this place. I just hurled everything around.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
Yeah, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it?
Has Will defeated the Ebony Warrior in Skyrim? I have never encountered the Ebony Warrior. I've never leveled a character enough. I think the character who's been the closest to being leveled far enough to encounter the Ebony Warrior was the one that I made for my YouTube series. Because, like, God, I went crazy balls to the wall with my character in Morrowind, because I was basically one-shotting stuff in Morrowind, so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put away my favored weapon, and I'm literally just gonna I'm gonna start leveling up all of my crap weapons, you know. So I did that for ages, and I think, guys, like there's like 10 different weapon skills in Morrowind, and I think I got through 4 or 6 of them, which is a lot. Especially given how long it takes to level those weapon skills up. But did the business guy say you were going out for drinks? We're gonna go to the shady ass city of Neon and buy up some equipment that's been stolen. We're gonna do a shady art deal. That's all. And it's like supposed to be over a formal drinks for a business deal, as it were. How's that bread you made? It's all right. I mean, honestly, the biggest challenge that I have with making bread is the fact that it's not as light and fluffy. No, this is. I want to go up here. It's not as light and fluffy as I would prefer it to be. All of the bread that I make is amazingly heavy. Ah, okay, yeah.
Life in New Atlantis moves pretty fast. Need something but don't have a... I've got all your basics.
Alright, what do you got for me? He's got more baguettes. Mix, injector... Kefir? Lime, meal packs, raisin bran, bread. Oh God, what was it? What was it that I needed? Breakfast, chamomile, classic, dynastic, easy, lotus. One of these was necessary for the freaking...
Have a good one.
Alright. I wish that I could look these things... Like, it would be so nice to have the information written out in my inventory or something. But it's not, so... Gotta go back and look at the crafting station, or the research station, sorry. Okay, food and drink. Sunray. You know what I should probably do? I have a camera. Let's take a picture of that. There we go. We'll take a picture of this other one too. You have trouble with the oven? I mean, the oven downstairs, it doesn't... I'm pretty certain that the oven downstairs does not get up to heat the way that it's supposed to. I've tried to have it repaired, but the people who come in to repair it are always like, nope, working fine. And I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing. It says it's getting up to temperature. but it's not actually getting up to temperature. And they're like, well, I can't do anything about that. Your other 5 thermometers are probably wrong, and the one inside the actual oven is probably right. And I'm like, no, motherfucker. 5 other thermometers are not wrong. The one inside the oven is wrong.
You didn't hear this from me, but those eclectic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. It's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted.
With the consignment shop closed, I guess I have...
Or a million sticky notes. Man, sticky notes. That was, I mean, that was the experience way back in the day.
CJ's is always open. Yeah.
Like, I remember having a bajillion of them, like, lining the sides of the monitor way back in the day when we were using old, those huge cathode ray tubes. Ah, yes, he does not have them. Those are my spicy picks. That's not what I wanted to bring up. Yeah, a sun ray. He does not have sun rays. Well, so much for that.
Thanks for stopping in. I can always use the business.
That sucks. Hope you get your oven fixed soon. Probably won't. Probably not anytime soon. Like, quote-unquote fixed. The solution is probably going to be to just buy a new oven unit, you know? Athena Tower. Centurion Arms. Apollo Tower. Mercury Tower.
Oh, that movie was epic.
Definitely better than the last Interceptor.
But why did they replace the handler? I thought the actress was amazing.
She turned him down.
Ah, yes. Chunks.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks. Thanks for choosing Chunks. Which chunks would you like today?
What exactly are chunks made of?
Honestly, you're probably better off not thinking about it.
Choose your chunks. Now with sauce. I love how, chunks have, like, people are making chunk food items, and they're posting it on social media. Pioneer Tower.
All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them anywhere else. There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll agree. Yes, of course.
All right, bro. What have you got here? Oh, one taste, and I'm sure you'll agree. He has the most original thing here. A baguette. Hey, they have those over at CJ's. There's some fancy looking food in here. Trillo bites. Wow. Look around Lowe's or Home Depot for new appliances. Scratch and dents are usually displays that changed out for newer ones, or some customers don't want because it came quote-unquote damaged. Yeah. Like, the thing is, I don't have the money for that, mostly because I have impending plumbing issues to address around this place. We love our carbolicious bread. Yes. Carbolicious. What on earth? So, where the hell am I supposed to find liquor at? Because that was one of the things for, yeah, liquor. Liquor. Where the hell am I supposed to find liquor? Because, like, for as much alcohol as I have found in this game, none of it qualifies as quote-unquote liquor. You know. There we go. Liquor. For research. There is no liquor, only synthol. Impending plumbing issues. There are definitely pipe issues. There's a problem with the pipes in the wall. And
Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm gonna have to address them at some point. Like they're not something I have to get on top of right now. And to top everything off, I think that the toilet downstairs needs to just fully be replaced.
I don't want any of this passive-aggressive crap.
Are you kidding?
Yeah? Well then check.
Alright, so, Walter has asked me to come with him to Neon. Okay, so... where are we headed now? Alright. Here we go.
This is Freestar Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband. Alright, we're done. Have a good time in Neon.
You can't have any contraband. By the way, you're at Neon. What is this place? Temperate with a high atmosphere. This looks like it's nothing but an ocean planet. Doomsday Paladin redeeming show mug. Well, this is your mug right here. It's a little bit empty right now. I just finished it off. Oh my god, it's a city in the sea. I did not expect that. What the hell is this all about? Is it just like they made a city out of an old oil rig or something? Why do you only have lasers and missiles? Because that's what I had space to mount onto the thing. Never been here before. Where the clones be at? Good God. Where's Master Cypher Diaz?
Nah, smell that? Construction, incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass.
Chasm bass?
A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source is far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice.
People here are getting high off of fish?
Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora.
Right. Well, let's get moving.
We need to stop by the Stroud Ekman offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this.
Well, he's following me now. Okay, here we go. Show mug, mark that as complete. Rio, what do you think you're doing redeeming squats on me? I'm sore from the core exercises I did last night. And I did minuscule amounts and my muscles are just like, why have you done this to us? Okay, guys, I have to make certain that I'm appropriately dressed. I'm wearing my thong. Is everything super red here because, oh, that's just orange.
Don't move, Nesha!
What the hell's this about? Cut the act. Sniffers picked up the Aurora you're carrying the second you stepped through.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire. So, what was the plan, Nesha? Smuggle the Aurora into Aquila City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, that's all. Honest mistake, right? Can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayou's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it. Let's go.
No funny business, okay?
Oh, okay. You just
Security's
vanished there.
got its eyes on Saba.
Where the hell did you get that outfit? Oh, you know, in the process of looting, that's all. What a place.
Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there.
So go out, have your fun, live your
Be an actuary. Now look.
It's time to see yourself.
I believe Aurora is like jet. Really? There's a good chance that I've picked it up already.
Got a call someone's power kept going out. You know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg. Yuck.
God. Well done.
Mr. Stroud, we didn't know you were coming in.
It's all right. I just need to have a short chat with my counterpart. Is she in today?
Yes, allow me to bust you in, sir.
Walter.
Issa.
Shall we continue from last time? The luxury cruise line market is completely outside of our core competencies. Investing into it is a mistake.
No, I'm here about... Wait a minute, a mistake. Our ship designers are the best in the settled systems.
They design personal craft and military ships, Walter. Large-scale accommodations and hospitality is a completely different beast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I am arguing with my partner. And you're just standing right here. Issa Eklund, the hyphenated Eklund in our glorious company's branding.
You're Walter's wife?
Co-CEO, heir to the Eklund fortune. And somewhere down there, I'm his wife, yes.
Didn't know our marriage was such a low priority.
Oh, it jumps up the list at the right moments.
I envy you and your partner's success, Miss Eklund.
Oh, aren't you lovely? Walter, wherever did you meet your new friend? I'm jealous.
A colleague from Constellation.
Ah, yes, the daring explorers my partner is so infatuated with. You should hear him reciting that speech.
There's no need to go into that.
Oh, my heart skips a beat when he does it. Really, it does. Such passion. If he talked to the board that way, I wouldn't need to placate them so much.
What's this about a speech?
Who was it again, Walter? The founder of Constellation?
Sebastian Banks. His final address before he disappeared.
Walter? Were you a fan?
I merely found a group of like-minded individuals. Just like all of us. Can we move on?
Well, I'm 100% behind embarrassing Walter a bit more.
I know. It's my favorite hobby. Now, why are you here, my dear? The board meeting isn't for a while, and our vacations aren't coming up either.
It's the discretionary fund, Issa. I need all of it.
Ugh. This wouldn't have anything to do with that meeting you've set up at the Astro Lounge, would it?
I never said that. Did you have an agent hack into my files again?
Only after you had one hack into mine. Tell me, can mutual distrust lead to a point where it's actually the same as mutual trust?
This is how you work? Sniping at each other?
Oh, just some light sparring, dear. Walter's actually very attentive when it's just the two of us.
When you mix business and family, you learn to compartmentalize.
So, the meeting is at the, the Astral Lounge.
A remarkably insecure location for a clandestine meeting.
That was the point. Neutral territory in the open.
With no leverage. Oh, you must let me help. It's been too long.
I have this all taken care of.
Some investigation into the cellar. What's motivating them? Then, some preliminary casing of the Astral Lounge for security flaws. Give you the advantage if things go wrong.
Bribe a few bouncers, alter the codes on the doors.
Yes, exactly.
So, I'm off to do all the work while you two stay here.
I hate being selfish, but I would like some time with my husband. We need to go through the fund authorizations anyway.
James Newell is the broker who knows our cellar. He'll be able to help you find out more about them. And it shouldn't be hard to find the Astral Lounge. Here, let me at least give you some operation funds since I won't be joining you. Meet me back here. Yeah, I'm going to be present for the negotiation. I'm not leaving you to the Neon Sharks, I promise.
1,000 creds? That's all that you can help me? Well, bless my neon-colored thong. Yeah, you two go through the...
I missed you too.
You're still so tense. Normally, once we're alone, your shoulders relax. They're taut.
We're on to something remarkable. Maybe what I've always dreamed of.
I can tell. I can see your mind racing.
I haven't even stopped to ask you how you're doing.
I'm fine. The board complains, I assure them. There's the occasional assassination attempt.
So, you don't need anything from me then?
I don't.
Am I just some useless stargazer? You would have been better off marrying a Hope or a Tayo, someone who could be with you at every meeting.
Oh, don't go on about that again. Needing you isn't the same as wanting you. And I'd much rather want my partner than need them. Less complicated.
I know Constellation seems to take up so much of my time. But I never stop thinking of you. Wondering what maneuvering you're doing to take over the company and drive me out.
It's how I show my love.
What a pair. What a pair these two are. I love standing back and just like listening to the way that these characters will talk to one another. Buy a more dapper outfit? Hell no! This is the most sophisticated outfit I could be caught wearing in the entirety of the settled and unsettled systems.
Not sure if
Look
those
at this.
Varun zealots live in space, or got separated from their home planet, or
Look
what.
at the way these honey hams wiggle. I feel like I should have an outfit like this to stream in. Indeed, an interesting character combination. Shame that Tevla isn't here to see that comment, Doomsday. Yes, Space Will and Space Tev. That's what those two lovers were.
There's got to be a megacorp that'll hire someone like me.
Sophistication and space. The perfect marriage.
Ready to challenge your instincts and hone those corporate skills?
Wow, it is
You're out there,
noisy
right?
in this place.
Don't even bother with that other place. Newell's Goods. We have everything you could possibly want.
Man, this is a busy city. That's the stripper outfit. Yeah? You got a problem with me wearing a stripper outfit? Either in character, IRL. Don't worry, I'll get myself a leather harness and then I'll make you guys... I'll put up the opportunity for you guys to, like, hit a donation goal and then I'll stream wearing just that or something. Alright, chat, listen. I'm fumbling my buttons today. Give us the whip. Oh, God. You would say that. And wear a ball gag. Oh, jeez. You say all of these things, but the honest truth is I wouldn't be afraid of doing any of that. Anyways, guys, listen. I have to grab myself a refill on coffee, so don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Alright, chat. Start sticking cred sticks in Strife's crevices. Oh, my... Are you that interested? Are you that horny? Well, you're not horny enough to put your money where your mouth is. I know how it works, Chad. You make statements, and then you just never follow through. Oops. Whoa, hello, lying. Greetings. This is one busy city. Oh, man, of course you have to bring up the pics. Of course you have to bring up the pics. Lying, raids, Strife, be right back. That's what I do. It's what I excel at. Move this coffee around here. Hello, Shadowy Eye. A-R-Y? Ari? Shadowy Ari? Is that how it's said? How are you doing? What game did you just finish playing? Yeah. Something good, I hope. Strategic withdrawal? That's what we call the pull-out method. That reminds me, I have to, I have to put in an Amazon order. There was... What did I get everything into my freaking box, or... not returns and orders. What's in my cart? Yep. Okay. It's a little indie game, voxel-based mining and construction sandblocks. You've probably never heard of it. Minecraft. God. See, Interruptus. I thought that indie game was bought out by Microsoft. God. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'll never forget whenever Microsoft bought it. I was like, well, this is the end of Minecraft. And it turns out I was wrong, thankfully. Still has quite the healthy future ahead of it. That being said, I don't know what they're planning for their next update. What is it, the 1.21? The 121 update? Oh, scusi. 120.1. No, their next update is 121. We are definitely on to 120 already. I wish we got the copper golem. Sad reality of the situation and not having it yet. Alright, so... let's go ahead and chat with this guy.
If you're looking for supplies, this is the place. Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods, Rosa and I guarantee we'll beat Sieghart's lousy selection every time.
Sounds like you have a problem with Sieghart's place.
Oh, I don't have a problem with his place. My problem is Siegert himself. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe.
Keeping his place safe just sounds like smart business.
Yeah, sure, if all you care about is yourself. Every payment Siegert makes validates Neon Security's corruption. He's setting a bad precedent that many merchants are forced to follow. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find something you might want to buy.
Well, actually, I'm here about Walter Stroud. You set up a meeting with him recently?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Let's say that you did.
Information isn't usually free.
You already got paid for connecting the seller to Walter. We're not paying twice.
New intel, new transaction. Take it or leave it.
You got a lot of fragile objects in this shop. Be a shame if something happened to them.
Try it. I'm all paid up with the right people.
God damn it. You need to tell me what you know.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Watch your back.
Try that again. Copper Golem would have been a nice way to do RNG and redstone without adding dropper logic.
Feel like making a purchase today? Welcome to Newell. Oh, I don't have a that man, he skips merchant. Yeah, sure. If all every payment's anyway. If you'll forgive the
Ooh la la. Ooh, Akira Storm just subscribed for 51 months now. Wow. Thank you so much for the subscription. Hello, Willin, everyone. Greetings, Akira Storm. What do you say we go and do this guy a favor? Let's go talk to Sieghart and see if we can talk some sense into him. Oh, whoa. Is all of Neon Security corrupt?
I'd say the majority of the guards are rotten, and the few who aren't simply take a paycheck and look the other way. They have Neon completely under their control. The Freestar Collective's own security doesn't even maintain a presence here. If it wasn't for the Freestar Rangers outpost, there wouldn't be a shred of justice in this entire city.
So what's the story with you and Rosa?
I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing. And that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since.
Well, what say I talk to Sieghart and see if I can talk some sense into him?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be extremely helpful. I honestly don't know what to say.
I'm not doing this for free.
I'm a businessman. You help me with this, and I have no problem compensating you for your time. Just be careful when you're dealing with Siegert. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered.
Right. How often have you tried speaking with him yourself?
The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Sigurd said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always been too busy to spend the time to sit down and have a decent conversation. It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me. Tell everyone you know about our store.
Did you invest into persuasion yet? Have you put any points into persuasion? No, not a single point. And the thing is, it sometimes still works without putting a single point in. If you can reload and just freaking brute force it, I don't see the point, you know? Oh, Strife, you're a terrible negotiator. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Packaged food? Check.
Okay,
Neuroamps? Oh yeah. Boost packs. Got those too.
Oh, ask his wife about the C-card. Okay, I can do that.
Newell's good.
If you'd like to buy something, I'd be happy to help. Welcome to Newell's. Let me know if you need help with anything.
Strife, I redeemed an accent. I'll get it. I'll get to it. Just hang on. Hope nothing's wrong. You sound awfully tired.
Oh my, do I? That's awful. I should be taking better care of my customers. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get any rest. Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neon security.
What? You don't think Sieghart's doing anything wrong?
I don't believe he is, no. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive. Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him.
So James doesn't know that you don't agree with his crusade?
I have no idea. Anytime the subject comes up, it turns into an argument. Frankly, he's so obsessed with this Dietrich situation, I don't think he's listening to me at all.
Why are you convinced that your husband's wrong?
It's just a feeling that I have about Dietrich. I'm sure he's paying off Neon security because he has no choice. He can't afford to fight back like my husband expects.
And I've already told him that I'm gonna get to the bottom of everything.
Well, thank you. I can't remember the last time a total stranger walked into our store and offered to help. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. Now all I see is worry on his face. I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like. But perhaps you'd like to browse our store a bit before you do?
Do you mind telling me? Well, what's your opinion about Dietrich Sieghart?
Dietrich is actually quite a lovely man. Though lately he's been under a lot of pressure, which has made him rather bitter. When we first opened our business here in Akuchi Market, he was actually very helpful. Offered us advice. Didn't treat us like competition at all. I'm sorry, I just don't believe Dietrich is doing anything wrong paying off Neon security. We all do what we have to do to survive in this wretched city. Unfortunately, my husband is convinced that fighting City Hall is the way to solve all of Neon's problems. I think he's wrong.
Well, how'd you meet your husband?
Oh, he'll be so upset for me telling you this. But it's such a funny story. I can't resist. James and I used to work on the Chasm Bass line at Xenofresh. We didn't do any of the Aurora extraction, just dealt with the leftovers. I was a supervisor on the line, and when the alarm went up that it had been stopped, I investigated. I find James inside a storage vat, up to his shoulders in stinky fish guts and blind as a bat. The gut got in his eyes, you see. I had to walk him to the showers, strip his work clothes, and hose him down. When he saw me standing there, he turned bright red. After the shift ended, we went out for a Terra brew and talked. A year later, we were married. Better times. Better times.
Well, let me check your wares.
Take your time.
Okay. Okay, they do not have any of the drinks that I wanted.
Now, James, I don't want you to get upset, but Administrator Bayou came by while you were out.
Oh, yeah? His Majesty decided to come down from his throne and walk amongst us peasants? What did he want?
He said he wanted to personally thank us for our contributions to the city and hopes for our continued support. I'm sorry.
Our contributions? Those taxes we pay are a sham, so he can line his ivory trade tower with another layer of gold. Makes me sick.
Got those two. Don't even bother with...
A water spout romance? Oh my god. Really? Really? Hello. Greetings. A whirlwind romance that smells distinctly of fish. BRB, need to start the generator before the power goes out. Best of luck. I hope it starts off no problem. Alright, so we got a redeem accent here. What was this? Uwu Strife, please. Oh man. Alright, you got an Uwu Strife for 5 freaking minutes. Uwu, hello. William, where was your brain? My brain is right in my head, and I promise my head is not lodged so far up my ass that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between me having shit for brains and being... Well, you get the idea.
Where is the Borealis? You know, the DJ? Well, she's moping around because she lost something.
It looks like I'm getting tons of missions because I'm walking around a city. I realize right now that doing this voice, it's really annoying. We got a sassy William. Oh dear, he's having... I am fine. Don't worry about me. Gucci Market. Sassy bitch Bacalo. Oh, the Tweet Authority. It's the Tweet Authority. Look at that. Where does this go? This is fine wine. Where am I? All fishing equipment is all over the place. Look. This place is just a mess. Warehouse Tweed. As for where my brain is, trust me, it's in the white head, the one that shoots off whenever it gets too happy. If you understand me. This place is completely barren. Look at it. take all of this stuff. It's not qualified as stealing. How strange. For a warehouse, there's a real significant whack of actual materials in here. Just a little bit like a bird in a cage. Oh, I'm wearing a cage all white. I thought I saw a pussycat. I did see a pussycat. Pussycat. Ooh woo. Ooh woo voice is just Tweety Bird voice. Changed my mind. I don't know that I really want to argue with you. I'm surprised more people don't sweep out here. Then again, I suppose there's tons of Wayne, too. At least I don't have to worry about chat being irresponsible with their money today. They would never do that. Not in this Ikubu to me. I didn't expect to be exploding up the top side like this. I've unexpectedly come... That's a lot of wind that I'm hearing up there. I don't even know where I am anymore. I'm curious, Will. Every so often you look at chat, then squints your face up and look slightly upwards. What's that about? Oh, hey. 6 minutes. You've gotten the full ooh voice. I do not have an answer for you about that, because I guess I just kind of look up and down chat and I do that and I stop. I don't know. I actually don't know. We need some tongue twisters for Willem. Twist my tongue in you. What the... What on earth? Well, shit, man. How unexpected. The one thing that's definitely going on right now with my facial expressions is the fact that I feel like my face is just... Like, I'm dying from allergens today and what it's doing to my sinuses. I may not be sneezing my face off, but man, I can feel just, like, the inside of my face swelling. So, that's something that I'm dealing with today. Ooh, voice just tweeted voice change my mind. October will be the month of Rue, Strife. Rue? I didn't know that you were making rues. Also, why would I rue the month of October? Listen, I will be entirely honest. If you wanted to make me regret taunting you guys, today would probably be one of those days. Because I wasn't able to change what I was sleeping in, okay? So if anybody wanted to, like, make me embarrassed or something, today would be the day. And normally I wouldn't come out and say that, but I actually am, because I'm utterly confident that nobody's actually going to do something like that. So, and that's just how it is, okay? Sounds like I'm on top of a club. Oh, right, I'm wearing this thing. That reminds me, like, I need to put in an oh, God, I'm reading chat. I'm just utterly lost on top of the city here. I need to put in an Amazon order for stuff, but in the process of checking the things that I put in my basket on Amazon already, I've discovered, I have been reminded that, like, I'm finally going to go ahead and grab some shorts to go with the bodysuit that I bought a while ago, which is nice. It's like, I've been avoiding wearing something that I bought a while ago because I wanted to pair it with something else, but I wasn't able to buy the other thing. Love how you forgot what your character was wearing. What can I say? It's just so comfortable. It fits me in all the right places, which has actually happened to me IRL. Quick save. I like checking these you know, back ends of the alleys and everything. It's like wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I mean, I'm not lying whenever I say I wouldn't have a problem wearing an outfit like this. But then again, like, that doesn't surprise anybody. Stupid sexy Strife. Oh, if only that was true. I am not sexy. We need that as a points sound. Oh my god, this is where people sleep. Are we certain that this isn't just like old incinerators or something? Where do you sleep? Ah, I sleep in an old incinerator. That has got to be the best toilet ever. Right there. Look at that. Look at how thin that pipe is. You could clog that thing so easy. Cart Outfitters. Here we go. So I hear you're taunting chat.
After work tonight?
Nah, I'm feeling a little burnt out. I think I need a break.
How about hitting up the rooftops and watching lightning hit the span?
You know, that actually sounds like a good idea.
Great.
Look at that.
I'll bring the blend, you bring the chunks.
It's a date.
Look at that, tank top, skirts,
really need a mental break.
And budgie joggers or shorts, maybe?
If you ever want to get away from the crowds, the rooftops are always a good option.
Hello there! Let me know if you need anything. Welcome to Zighart's Outfitters. Everything you need to explore the settled systems. If I don't have it, you don't need it.
That's an awfully bold claim.
I can promise you, I'm not just using hyperbole to get your business. I've spent years perfecting my business by polling customers, measuring sales, and carefully adjusting my inventory to cater to just about everyone. So take your time, look around, ask me questions. You won't be disappointed.
You're starting to sound like a used spaceship salesman.
Haven't heard that one before, but I suppose I can't blame you for saying so. I have a lot of overhead in this place, and just between you and me, I am up to my eyeballs in debt. This is a prime spot, right next to the spaceport terminal, but the bills and the rent here are astronomical.
Sounds like someone didn't do proper financial planning. Are you usually this open with your customers?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It can be off-putting, I know. I picked up the habit from my mother. She was an extraordinary woman, made friends instantly wherever she traveled. Wise as well. If she was still alive, she would have told me to move my shop and cease paying these exorbitant fees.
With a shop here, you should be making a fortune.
You'd think that, right? Unfortunately, I'm barely scraping by. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the details of my business all day. You're here to shop. So why don't you help out a poor shopkeeper like myself and buy something?
Well, how long have you been in business?
I've been at this location for the last 8 years, but I've had a business in Neon for almost 20. As soon as Ryujin broke ground on the tower, I knew the city would start swarming with people, so I went all in. I love this business. It's my life. I can't imagine doing anything else.
Well, maybe this store would be more successful outside Neon?
My dear mother would have said the same thing. The fees here are quite expensive, and I'm barely making ends meet. But I've always been quite stubborn. It has not always been easy, but I've been at this location for 8 years, and I won't give up. My business is my pride and joy. You won't find another store like mine on Neon, so please support my business with your patronage. You won't be disappointed.
Well...
Come back soon. We have plenty of inventory in stock.
Don't want to have to redo
I
all
have
of that.
plenty of supplies for your next expedition in stock.
Well, not to put things off on the... set things on a wrong... Not to push things to the wrong rail, but James Newell objects to you paying Neon security fees.
Yes, I'm aware of James's objections. That's partly why I don't go to the meetings. But if I don't pay Dexler, I'll lose my business. And what good would joining the Alliance do then? So, really, I don't have a choice here. If they want to fight Neon security, they can. But I need to protect my livelihood.
Who is Dexler?
Owen Dexler is head of Neon security. But he is less concerned with crime than he is siphoning money from honest businesses. But it's not just him. All of Neon is corrupt. The only way to survive is to give in to their demands.
What are your thoughts on the Merchant Alliance?
It's fine in theory, but this isn't New Atlantis. It's Neon. Corruption is an institution here. What can a single alliance do to stop what's built into the foundation? I don't want to seem like a defeatist, but frankly, it feels like a waste of time.
You can't let Dexler profit off your gains.
You think I'm okay with it? I would like nothing more than to run my business free of Dexler's thieving. But what power do we really have? If I don't pay Dexler, he'll make sure every gang in the city takes a piece of my stock. All right.
Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters.
We can, but I still don't see why I should join the Merchants Alliance when my business is at stake.
Well, the merchants look up to you. They need leadership like yours.
Really? I didn't know that. But I suppose they used to treat me with respect until I started paying the protection. But they have to understand. I could lose my business if I don't pay Dexler's fees.
I still think that you should stop.
And why is that?
Because stopping the corruption has to start somewhere.
It starts and ends with Bayou. And Dexler works for him.
Rosa Newell vouched for you. She said that you were a good man and would join the Alliance. Let's try Otto.
Rosa said that? I remember when her and James first started. They were very green. It was a different time. Okay, you've convinced me. I will stop paying Dexler his safety assurance fee. And tell the Newells I will come to the next meeting. Maybe I will even bring some beverages and snacks. You can't stand up to Neon security on an empty stomach.
I'm very worried that I literally just told this guy to basically destroy his well-being.
It'll be nice to get away from the clubs.
I'm gonna load this quick save before I do that. I wanna make a big save right here because I feel really bad about what could happen to this guy.
Come back soon. We have plenty of inventory in stock.
If you don't see what you need, feel free to ask. Yes, but if I... So, really... Owen Dexler, but it's not... It's fine in... Corruption isn't... I don't want to seem like a...
Go ahead.
You
go
think
through
I'm okay,
all of these
but-
things real fast.
All right.
Come on in, please. Have a good look around.
We can, but...
Newell says if the Alliance is unified, you can stand up to Neon security.
Easy for him to say. He doesn't have my debts. If I don't pay Dexler, I might lose my inventory. And if I lose my inventory, I'll lose my store. And why is that?
Rosa said she gets why you paid Dexler, but she also said you're a good man and good men stand up to corruption.
So you really believes the Merchants Alliance can stand up to Dexler? Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to dismiss it. Okay, you've convinced me. I will stop paying Dexler his safety assurance fee. And tell the Newells I will come to the next meeting. Maybe I will even bring some beverages and snacks. You can't stand up to Neon security on an empty stomach.
All right, now that we've basically sent that man to the poorhouse, unfortunately. What does he have in his shop? Oh, you know, you ask a very good question. What does he sell? So, I hear you're taunting chat. No, I'm not taunting chat. I'm just saying that chat does not have a pocketbook to call me out on anything.
Don't worry. I'll stop. You won't find a better select.
Alright, what have you got here? Resources? Adaptive frames. I'll go ahead and buy a lot more of those. Alkenes, aluminum. Definitely need more aromatics. I need lead, too. Iron. Ah, here we go. Lead. Sealant. Spice. Nice. The spice is right, my friend. The spice is so right. I don't think I'm gonna find any of that tea stuff that I need. Now go kill the goons. Do you, Spice? Do you? For some reason, hearing Spice makes me think of a little, like, Tide pouch. Like a little chiffon pouch. Like, it's specifically whatever the material is made out of, you can see through it, and it's stuffed full of potpourri, and then it's tied with a nice ribbon and bow. And then you hang that right around the waist when you're wearing nothing, and it's just the little bag of, it's just the see-through bag filled with potpourri hiding the junk. That's what I think of whenever I hear Spice for some reason. That's the visual image. And if not that, then just something that's green. Or, no, orange. Something orange. Yeah, yeah. If it's not that, then it's just... It's like an orange powder. Alright, cool.
You're listening to the settle.
My hands are tied until after I move, so I told him October will be the month of Rue. You are not... I'm not gonna Rue anything. I am not concerned about anything. Nobody's doing anything. I'm not gonna
Catherine
Rue.
Lucian keeps demanding we look into her husband's murder. Murder. Yeah, right. Hysterical old broad.
Who's back? Got those two. Just don't even bother with that other place.
Hey there. If you have a moment, say hello to my wife, Rosa.
Dietrich has agreed to stop payments.
Well, I'll be. And all you had to do was... talk to him?
Of course. You should have tried being less combative.
I reckon I should have. This whole time I've been so angry at Sigurd for making those payments. I never bothered to ask him why.
What did I tell you? You assume the worst in people and you'll make it so.
I knew when I told you so was coming. But I guess I deserve it. Thanks for your help on this. The Merchants Alliance is finally united. I don't know if we'll ever get a fair shake in the city. But it's a start. I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on.
They're just kids having fun, James.
Don't kid yourself, Rosa. Aurora isn't fun. It's a poison, and it needs to be taken off the streets.
James, please. It's not just the Aurora. It's Administrator Bayou. As long as he's in charge, the city will just get worse and worse.
Appreciate the help. Hopefully next meeting, Dietrich will be there and everything will go smoothly.
So, you set up a meeting with Walter Stroud recently?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Alright, well, quick save here. I thought doing him a
Fully
favor would
stocked and
change
ready to
this.
sell. Maybe I did.
Let's say that you did.
Information isn't usually free.
Don't duck my questions. I know the seller came through you.
Easy, friend. Not looking for trouble.
I'm asking on behalf of Walter Stroud. I'm sure he can pay you.
I guess maybe I can add this to his tab. Okay. I don't know much. But I did have one of my freelancers tail the seller back to his place. Sleep Crate 1. Let me write down the unit for you.
Alright, cool.
Packaged food? Check.
Nose in the spice pouch, tongue in the... Wait a minute, where's the tongue going? Do you want to finish that statement? What about making roux? Roux makes some tasty sauces. I don't think that that's the roux that I was referring to, but you are right about that. Talking to people, and they're reasonable. Sounds like this Bayou guy needs to be taken care of. There's probably something involved with getting rid of him or replacing him. Good day! You're in my favorite quest. Hello, Kato. I finally found out that I'm, like, Starborn, or whatever the hell they want to call it. Because Bethesda is so incredibly original. How the hell do I have 2 freaking markers for this quest? We'll do this one first. Bethesda is so original that they literally just recreated the shouts from Skyrim, their most successful game ever, and they put it in a new game as space magic powers. Really? Yeah. Yeah, that's what they did. They recreated the shouts. You even use the same button. It's Z on the keyboard.
I've got some news for you. My partner and I were expecting.
How the fucking hell am I supposed to...
We started on another planet.
I feel you on that.
Does that mean that there are space dragons? Not so far, at least. What was Bethesda on when they decided that? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Okay, there's no...
Swear to God.
Oh. Oh, this door is locked. Okay.
Something. I know, right? I could sell it, but I think I want to keep it.
I don't know if this is going to be qualified as a, you know, a crime.
Great conversation.
Oh, nobody got angry. Okay, cool.
I found an old Earth book the other day. Where to go?
Termination notice. Due to changing priorities within the organization, your role within Slayton Aerospace has been made redundant. Please clear out any personal items and inform anyone who needs to know about your imminent departure by the end of the day. We thank you for over a decade of service and trust in our long-standing relationship. And trust that our long-standing relationship will keep this transition free of unpleasant incident.
And it
Wow.
wasn't even Dickens.
Good find.
Please be advised that your current pay cycle will once again leave you with near zero balance in your account.
Maybe with a ton of credits to somebody.
Yeah, that's somebody who's
I know,
facing
right?
a very difficult situation. Wow. Hey, this is way more fancy of a desktop screen than I'm used to. Did dragons come from space? The space magic is fun, though. You sound disappointed. I'm disappointed that they just didn't get creative and do something new and different, and they're just basically recreating what was in Skyrim, you know? I found shouts to be boring in Skyrim. I never used them. Anytime that I did use them, I found them to be very, very lackluster. Shouts were uninteresting in my opinion. Like, insofar as lore goes, fascinating, interesting. I like the way that it fleshes out the world. Insofar as mechanically what it does for the game, don't care, because the rest of the game was robust enough to not need it, in my opinion. But whatever. I never used shouts. I never, ever used them. They were the least... The only thing that was less interesting in Skyrim to me than shouts was the prospect of marrying someone. I've never married anybody in Skyrim, so... So to basically see the same quote-unquote shout system return, but just as something with a new coat of paint, and I'm just like, okay, you've put something that I don't care about back in the game. So you didn't like something you chose not to use? No. I used it, and I found it utterly boring and uninteresting. So I just never used it. It's not a situation of like, oh, I don't like this, so I will never use it. It's a situation of like, okay, I don't, like, you put it in, and I'll use it, and every single time I use it, I don't derive any fun out of it. That, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't derive any fun out of your special powers in the game. So, you know, maybe I'll use it more in this game. I only just unlocked it. We'll see how it works out. Personal correspondence 01 to Musgrove. You must not be aware, but there is a certain item that your employer has that others have taken an interest in. Now, I know you're gainfully employed, but what's the harm in a little chat? Besides, I have some information about your career that, well, I would want to know if I were you, a friend. To Musgrove. I'm not joking, friend, expect that termination notice to arrive soon. You need to think about your future and the precious few days you have left before they deactivate your security clearance. Your friend. Personal correspondence. Per our discussion, you need to move that item as quick as possible. Assume you are being watched. It's only a matter of time before they come for you. Interesting. What makes the powers useful? Because these ones have utility, like lots. I'm not arguing with that. And again, I only just unlocked the powers today. I have not unlocked additional powers. I haven't seen what they do. All I'm saying is that with the shouts in Skyrim, I just wasn't entertained by them. I was thoroughly not entertained by them, and I had a whole lot more fun with the deep intricacies of the skill trees and what you could get done with those, and the way that you could, you know, find items and like combo systems together. But the shouts seem to be something that I just never had fun with them. So when I see something that's basically the exact same, I'm not getting a good feeling right off the top. Doesn't mean I won't give them a shot. I could be very wrong about the powers in this game. So
I think I want to keep it. It makes a great conversation.
I didn't have fun with the shouts in Skyrim, so I just don't know how things are going to go this way. So, To each their own, but I can see how Strife would feel it comes off as redundant to his more creative style of let's do something out of the box to advance. And I think that that's a big part of it. It's like, I'm more interested in like the weird ways that you can manipulate the system to do interesting things, rather than taking the direct straight line that they give you to interact with the game. And that's just my style of how I do things, you know? Okay, time to get ready to be an adult. Well, I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your adulting times. Why on earth do they have mission boards here? Hey, they look just like me. Oh my god, shut up. Stop pounding the bass in my ear. Okay, the pause menu does not let me get away from the pounding bass.
Yeah, you're new here, aren't you? Name's Boone Morgan, your new best friend on Neon. If you're here for a drink or listen to the music, I've got you covered. But if you're here for something a little more exciting, we have plenty of Aurora for sale.
Wait, so is Aurora illegal or not?
Not at the Astral Lounge, my friend. In fact, this is the only place authorized to sell Aurora by order of Administrator Bayou himself. And once you buy it, you can use it anywhere in the Neon that you like. Well, except the spaceport, of course.
Well, I prefer alcohol.
Oh, we have plenty of that. But why not try something different? New planet, new city, new experiences. It's what life's all about. Here, take a look at the menu. Now, I'm not going to lie. The Aurora is a bit expensive, but let's face it. Can you really put a price on pleasure?
Yeah, let's take a look at the menu.
Start with a drink, perhaps?
Oh yeah, sure enough, I found this stuff previously. I found it out in the systems. Astral Lounge Special Sangria. Astral Sliders. Private Reserve. Chardonnay. I still don't know what the hell qualifies for liquor so that I can continue my research on like beverage development. So what do the space shouts do exactly? The exact same thing as Skyrim shout, or does it do a different thing? The first one that you unlock is like some sort of a gravity power. I immediately used it and leapt off a cliff because I thought it would slow me down. Evidently it doesn't work on me, just the enemies or something. So 4 that could be called similar, the rest are kind of their own thing. Grav Dash is my fave because it lets me regen O2 and boost. You see, like, I still haven't unlocked boost because I don't want to. I like being on my own 2 feet. I'm weird like that. What is up with this bottle? Like, I can hardly see the bottle around this thing. It's so confusing. You're not using the boost pack in a space game? I don't know what to tell you, man. The boost, like, the concept of boosting, like, if it's so fucking critical to the game, why the hell do they want you to unlock it? I'm defiant like this, okay? Like, coming from No Man's Sky, I'm like, no, the boost pack is, like, the boost is supposed to be something that's built in, not something you're supposed to unlock. So, you know what? Let's find out how much of your fucking game breaks whenever I don't do something that you assume I will always take. Like, I'm adversarial with the game. Like, I'm always adversarial with games that I pick up. I'm like, what happens if I don't do the thing that you want me to do? Like, how am I gonna break or just completely, utterly ruin the game because I just am not doing what you assume that I'm going to do. It's a really weird way that I try to break the game. I try to break it in the strangest way possible, but that's what I tend to do. It's like same reason the stealth skill unlocks the indicator. I was wondering why that is so bizarre to me. You have to tech into stealth before you get the indicator. That is bizarre. I didn't know that it worked that way, mostly because I'm not messing around with stealth in this game, but I don't know. It's just part of me feels like a lot of what they do is they're figuring out how to hide more of the mechanics so you don't know that they're there until you start teching into them, which strikes me as just fucking weird. Really weird. Like the next thing that you know, they're gonna hide away the wait command until you unlock an ability in the next game or something. Like, I don't know. I'm trying not to judge. I'm trying not to be like too dismissive. That is one hell of a fancy ass bottle. You remind me of a friend of mine, Strife. Only difference is that he doesn't actually try to break the game, he just does. Some skills should be essential, but need unlocked. I'm getting this was for role-playing safe. A chef wouldn't have a stealth skill or whatever. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I just, like, it's... Bethesda basically remakes the same game, and watching the way that they remake the same game over and over, you're in a unique situation where it's like, okay, well, I can see how you've basically recreated the systems that were in the previous game. So now, you know, let's you've remade the systems in the previous game. How are you going? Are you just going to recreate them one-to-one, or are you going to like make the system different somehow? And the concept of like, well, they're like the ability to plant a grenade onto somebody and then it goes off, like you could do that in Fallout 3. I thought that was really cool. And then they took the ability to weigh and they hid it behind a higher level perk in Fallout 4. You know, I had no idea, and it bothered me intensely in Fallout 4 whenever I first played the game that they hid it behind a perk. You know, I definitely like the open trees rather than requiring me to spend a bunch of attributes to get to explosives. Yeah. Attribute points. Like I think that the tree is good. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've got nothing. I think I've got rose tinted glasses. It's like, why couldn't you have just like recreated it in the exact imperfect way that it was in the last game and don't change anything? And that's not a reasonable thing to expect, but I think I've got that attitude of just like, oh man, why couldn't you just like why couldn't you have just remade that last game that I really, really liked or something? And that's not a good attitude to take, but I think that that's the reaction that I'm having, my initial reaction. It's like, why is this game not made exactly like the previous game they made? So
feel like getting zoned? I got what you need.
What can you tell me about Administrator Bayou?
Oh, Ben and I are good friends. He personally gave me the job here at the Astral Lounge. Oh, he's a good man. Cares a lot about the citizens of Neon, making sure they're all employed and well taken care of. A real humanitarian.
Who created the music for this place?
Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's Borealis, only 19 years old, and yet she produces some of the most heart-pounding, trippiest electronic music you've ever heard. I don't know where she gets her inspiration, but Betting all that free Aurora she gets has something to do with it.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a meeting here later. They're worried about security.
The Astro Lounge is one of the safest places in all of Neon. Security is handpicked from the finest officers in the city.
Say I needed control of the doors, prevent someone from walking out.
I'm afraid that would be a serious fire hazard. And I think it's only fair to warn you that the network security on our doors is state-of-the-art.
I see. And if I needed security to be on my side if a fight broke out?
Then I would say you'd be interested in the Astro Lounge VIP package. For a reasonable fee, our security can be your security.
That seems a little bit high.
Of course. Completely at your discretion.
Let's back up here.
Hope to see you again.
Quick save so we can retry. Let's talk about the VIP package again.
Of course. A few credits and the security of the Astro Lounge will be on hand if anything goes wrong.
The fee seems a bit high.
We do strive for setting the most reasonable rate.
Surely business like Stroud Eklund already has VIP status.
Huh. You work for Stroud Eklund? Perhaps something could be arranged.
I know you'd like to help me, if you could.
I hear you.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I'm still willing to talk. Well, I think we can certainly offer a discounted rate for you, if you were still interested.
I would love it.
Excellent. Let me just apply that discount we discussed, and done. We do hope your meeting goes to your satisfaction.
Right. Well, I'll be on my way then.
Come back soon.
Hell yeah, this is awesome!
Yeah.
Their games are already behind tech-wise. I'll take any small innovation I can get, like working ladders. Oh, you know what? That did not occur to me. You're right. This is the first time in a Bethesda game I've ever seen a working ladder. Golly. Well, I mean... Interesting. I'm not allowed to close the door. Well, I just quick saved.
Don't be stupid! Stop! Now!
Okay. I don't know how the hell she saw me, but, you know. What the hell? She was around the corner! How did she see me? Stupid game with its stupid hiding the visibility indicator. I don't see any freaking cameras in here. Don't think that it's your suit. Listen, I am blending in with the environment. This is what you call camouflage, okay? This is neon dance music camouflage. You hear me?
Neon security! Get back here!
How the fuck did she see me? She's around. You need stealth perk to use sneaking. Wait. Are you telling me you can't actually go into stealth mode until you take a stealth perk? Is that actually how it works? I thought it was just the notification. Don't move when you steal. You got a loud squeaky suit. She is literally looking the opposite direction. The only thing I've got is that she can see through the wall somehow, man. That is the only thing I got.
Clover over at Kelcorp? She's too good for Neon. Sounds like she's trying to help someone or something. Honestly, I kind of tuned her out.
The VIP booth. Coffee brewer. Okay, well. Is there a point to me taking all of this? Not really. Am I taking it anyway? Yes, I absolutely am. Why not? Oh, it's locked. Oh dear. Not moving is the secret, I think. I guess, like, what can I say? Like, the whole idea of, oh, you've gotta, like, you gotta go into sneak mode. The concept of having to, like, not, like, put points into something before you can actually do it is just weird to me. Because I'm so used to the other ways that things work, where it's like, no, you got a super base level of it, and you suck at it, but... Alright. It's just a cocktail shaker. I don't care about that shit.
That's mine. Give it back.
Ah, fuck. I wasn't moving. So, like Kenshi, you suck at everything in that game until you fail enough times. Yeah, the question is whether or not you're failing in a manner that's, like, totally wrecking your day. Okay, feeling good. Remote door control. Adding a new user to remote door control. Override approved hand signal will allow use to unlock the VIP control for a total of 1 times. This room has been booked by Redacted. Please see Boone Morgan for scheduling conflicts. Cool. Oh, shit, son. Exotic bottles. Oh my god, those are expensive. That is an expensive exotic bottle. Okay, quick save. Who is that guy in the dancer's outfit who looks like he's jingling around with a bajillion bottles?
Yes. What's so important that you need to interrupt my busy schedule?
Oh my god, it's Bayou. Okay, well, I didn't know that it was the guy who ran the city. Okay, so let's quick save here. And so this is totally like some sort of a crime. Is this it? And why the hell was this door closed? Either way. This is the easiest fucking lift I've ever done. I got Kenshi so long ago. How is it in its current state? It's one of the best post-apocalyptic ever made, Basilius. Basilius, I was fortunate enough to give it a try a few years ago, and it's always fun to go back if I feel masochistic. Oh man. Rotate between that and Zomboid when the feeling comes on. I tried to assassinate Bayou, didn't work well. Right now I'm rotating between Control and Gungrave. Control is one of those games that I really want to play. I don't remember if I picked it up on sale ever or not. Alright, what's the story with Bayou over here? Let's chat with him, eh?
Yes? Well? Out with it.
Since you're Bayou, does that mean you own the entire city?
I wouldn't normally bother with idle chatter, but that's such a ridiculous question. I'm going to gift you with a response. I don't own Neon. Neon is the property of Xenofresh Fisheries, of which I just happen to be the CEO and the major majority stakeholder. Now, if you'd care to take a moment to dissect that statement in your tiny little mind, I'm confident you'll discover the answer to your question.
So, you are in charge of Neon?
Not that it's any of your business, but yes. I'm the administrator of Neon. Actually, there are a lot of perks that come with the job. But do you want to know my favorite? One snap of my finger and people who ask too many questions get thrown off of the upper platform. I love that one. We're done here.
Cool. So are you. Oh, you can't kill him! Huh. How interesting. Okay. Well, you learn new things all the time. This guy is begging to be on. God. I mean, you know, you gotta whack a couple of people.
You want to gawk at something? Take it to the Astral Lounge.
I'm literally in the Astral Lounge. What the fuck are you on about?
The music is amazing.
Okay, this has got to be the most annoying part about the game. You can get caught in these ridiculous bottlenecks. Unsurprisingly, essential. Yeah, I was expecting to like shoot him and he would take forever to go down because they like made him level 50. No, he's a level 1 and he's just essential. Okay, that's the second most likely thing to hear, or for it to be case. You may need to sell off your stolen goods. Ah, it's stolen goods. It's not contraband. They won't take things from me.
Any luck out there?
I found out the seller is pretty desperate. Should give us an edge.
Excellent. Good work. Let's head to the Astral Lounge. Goodbye, my dear. See you at the next board meeting?
Oh, I'll be keeping an eye on this little operation, just in case. Good luck, all of you.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume that you're gonna be there whenever I reach there, because I'm sure as hell not waiting for you. And knowing is half the battle. Bye, Space Tev. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Wait, what? This guy and his wife. You'll see it whenever you'll see it whenever you go to edit the VOD, but this guy and his wife, they're having a back and forth, and everybody in chat was like, "Oh, hey, it's Space Will and Space Tev." So,
all right, we're here. Now, I don't know what the seller looks like, but they'll have a security briefcase with them, larger than normal, big enough to hold the artifact. We should split up. The code phrase to identify yourself as the buyer is Ramsey and Travers.
Ramsey and Travers, the scientists who discovered neon gas?
Are they?
Use the code phrase to identify. Got it.
Remember, Ramsey and Travers. We'll meet back near the elevator.
Turn my head-mounted flashlight on to, like, ruin the mood and act like a police officer who's inspecting people.
I think that last drink was stronger than I thought.
That's what you said 2 drinks ago. Maybe you should slow down.
Yeah, probably time to officially switch to water.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Wanna dance?
You said it. Plus, I have to meet up with my parents tomorrow. Got to look presentable.
Getting plastered when you have to see your parents the next day. This bathroom is...
Hello.
Yikes.
Okay, hello.
You there?
Yes? What?
Oh, found him.
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy drinking?
I'm with Ramsey and Travers.
Oh, really? I heard you all have a meeting in a few minutes, don't you? In one of those fancy VIP lounges? Speaking of which, I gotta get going myself. Excuse me.
Welcome to the Astral Lounge.
This Aurora stuff.
Just saw Arcella walk by. Good job.
One step closer to the goal.
Now, before we head in there, let me go over the ground rules. He'll ask for twice what we agreed on. That's normal. He'll probably try to walk out. That's normal, too. Don't worry about the amount we actually settle on. The Stroud-Eklund Discretionary Fund is just a chip to you and me. Our goal is to get him to accept that chip in exchange for the artifact. Anything goes as long as it's in our hands, and we're not dead. How does that sound?
What if things get messy?
That's why you're here. Hopefully our combined countenance will be enough, but grabbing the artifact and running is an option. Just do me a favor and treat it as a last resort. I have a reputation.
Yeah, clean things up nice and... Do things nice and clean, I get ya. Clipped it. You should make that outfit and wear it IRL. Trust me, Doomsday. If I could get my hands on a latex outfit that's even remotely similar, I will absolutely wear it. What the? Staff only? I'm staff. I'm dressed for it, right? Hey, everybody. Check me out. I'm wearing the fancy outfit. Oh, Borealis. Oh, God. It is not the best outfit. No, this is the best outfit in the game. Look, I'm wearing a tie-dye suit.
Some trouble. Word to the wise, you don't want a piece of that.
Look at this. It is a tie-dye outfit with a thong bodysuit on the outside. How could you be worse, okay? Like you couldn't get better. This is the best outfit ever. You hear me?
So you're Stroud. You look different in person.
Our public relations always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
Your security here going to stand or sit for this little meeting, making me nervous.
I'll sit. No sense in making anyone uncomfortable.
So polite. Almost makes me forget what planet I'm on.
Oh, it really goes up there when you sit down.
Might you assume that briefcase has our item of interest?
Yeah, here it is.
Well, look at that.
One of a kind. And I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Things have changed. I want double.
Now how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know, but your security here seems to have some fancy gear. Why don't they chip in?
Be reasonable. We can't just come up with double out of nowhere.
Not my problem.
It is if you leave empty-handed. We came here in good faith. Now honor our previous agreement.
You either figure out a way to give me what I want, or I walk out of here right now.
Don't be rash. We can still make this work.
I'm not hearing here's the money. I'm on a tight timetable.
And we would have wrapped up already if you hadn't gotten greedy. Our original offer stands. Now what's it going to be?
You may have wanted more, but this is still a good deal.
Fine. This thing is all yours.
Well done. Some high-pressure tactics, but we got what we were after. Time to go home, shall we?
Just, woo! Wow, he warped away, he vanished.
Stop right there. You're in possession of Slayton Aerospace property.
Ah. Slayton must have been the original owner. We don't need to do this. All's fair on Neon. Am I right?
Hand over Mr. Slayton's property. Now.
Security, we're being harassed.
There a problem here?
Yes. This armed thug was trying to steal our belongings.
I'm going to need you to back away from our VIPs. Now.
Fine, but you can't stay in the Astro Lounge forever, Stroud. Nicholas Slayton's already got your number.
Slayton is a man of considerable resources. Sending up. We should get out of here before Slayton tightens his grip. Until next time.
Alright, let's get out of here. Spoke too soon. Yep, spoke too soon indeed. I'm surprised that wasn't a persuasion option. Well, I mean, I kind of put the work in to, like, set myself up well ahead of time, so...
Something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
Slayton has put a bounty on your heads. He's greased a few palms. Your ship's been impounded at the spaceport.
There goes our way out.
So much for this being easy. Well, who is Slayton anyway?
The CEO of Slayton Aerospace. They're a systems manufacturer. Engines, thrusters.
How did they know it was us?
The same way everything works on Neon. Money. It's terrible at keeping secrets.
Well, so much for this being easy.
Yes, I'm fully aware this has not gone according to plan.
Slayton Aerospace has offices here in the trade tower. If Nicholas is moving this quickly, he must be there or close by.
Let's head to their lobby, shall we? See if we can make an appointment.
Oh boy. This is certainly going in certain directions. Slayton Aerospace. Let's actually make a big save. Wait a minute, what the... Find a way to the next floor. Oh, okay. Weird.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. Can I help you?
I need to make an appointment with Nicholas Slayton.
I'm afraid Mr. Slayton is a very busy man.
I have an exciting business opportunity to discuss with Mr. Slayton.
I'm sure you do.
I wouldn't be here if Slayton didn't impound my ship.
That doesn't sound like something Slayton Aerospace would have the legal authority to do, does it?
God, jeez. I'm getting tired of asking. I need you to let me in there now.
I'm getting tired of telling you that isn't going to happen. I'm afraid we just can't book any more appointments today. Goodbye.
All right, so... Turn my appointment down. This is what you get. Okay, now to load. Now to just load. The wonderment of being able to deal with the person on the phone that you didn't like in the first place.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. Can I help you?
I mean, this is a situation where you can shoot your way in.
I'm afraid Mr. Slayton... Maybe I can see if he has just a moment.
Oh, that was successful. I won't need to take up much of his time. we've just had a misunderstanding.
Maybe I could squeeze you in. Let me see.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, I think we can make an exception in your case. Mr. Slayton will see you. Just use the elevator.
All right, cool. That made things way easier.
Wait. This clearly isn't the executive level. He's on to us.
Walter. Taking what's mine, then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right, we've got her out. Once the door's open, just follow her instructions, okay?
No, I'm an elevator person now. I build my kingdom here.
Well, if my wife and I could gallantly offer your majesty a rescue from certain death, let's go.
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on.
Ah, yes, the vent system, which is ironically human-sized and shaped. Excuse me, I'm just gonna close that.
That's the elevator you came in on. Jump right across the top of it and keep going to the end.
Why are these things so damn big? Because we can't crouch underneath things in Bethesda games. They've had a crouch button.
Follow the conduit all the way to the end, past the fork.
We've had a crouch button since Morrowind, and yet we can't crouch under things.
There's a vent above you. Just climb up. The room below you is clear. Drop down. Stop. One of the doors leads you right into the open. I'm unlocking a safe route. Opening the door on your right. Go now.
Hang on, there's a bunch of coffee in here.
Head left, but don't go through the door at the end yet. There's a robot stalking the hall. Wait. It's walking down the hall. Go now, straight across to the door. Keep going, all the way to the end.
I'm amazed that this has gone so well.
Wait, there's people in the room up ahead. Closing the shutters. Another robot up ahead. Wait for it to pass, then head straight across to the maintenance door next to the security gate. Go now. Let me just get that for you. You know the routine. Up the vent. It's a short one, I promise.
Look. Come on. Up, up, up we go. Up. Short one indeed.
Almost there. Door on the right.
Jeez. What the hell happened with this place? So I came down here, door on the right. Okay, so that's the one I gotta go in. Hang on. I need to do a little bit of research here. Okay, I have almost enough. Okay. So I have the stuff. I just... Wait a minute. Do I have something that can, like... aid... There was something that, like, reduced how much stuff I need to finish a, range damage. Do I have any of it? Or is it, like... Is it all back at... Reduce... Yeah, here we go. Synapse Alpha. Reduce project required fewer resources. Hang on. I know we're trying to escape, but I need to do a little bit of research here. Aw, damn it. It didn't work on this one. I still need one more liquor. Everything that was available to me. Fuck me. God damn it. What even counted as liquor in that situation? Okay, well, evidently this doesn't count as liquor. Synapse Alpha. How annoying. I don't even know what counts as liquor in this game, because the game is... It's not being abundant.
It should take you outside.
The game isn't abundantly clear about...
You expect us to climb up the trade tower?
There's a series of catwalks that lead directly up one floor to the executive level.
Well, I guess after you.
Oh boy.
Retreat on me! Oh, you have no idea what you're up to.
Would you just leave me alone? I'm only trying to kill your boss. For God's sake, would you just chill the fuck out, bro? God, you'd think that people would never dealt with corporate espionage before. Sometimes it gets violent, alright? And sometimes you lose your main employer.
This is gonna be fun! Don't get me, no!
A tentacle going flip-flop? Arm tentacle
You're
going
coming
flip-flop?
in just behind the executive elevators. I'll call the one on the far end, and you can walk right over the top.
You know, it's moments like this that really makes Neon the best place to do business. You steal what's mine. I trap you in the city. You infiltrate my office. I lock it down. Where else can you match wits for the highest stakes but here?
Call off your guards, Slayton, and release my ship.
You have what's mine. I, indirectly, have what's yours. We are at a stalemate. Although, I do count a few more guns on my side.
You and Walter are business people. Some arrangement can be made.
I do admit, having the co-CEO of Stroud Eklund in my office is quite the opportunity.
How are your quarterlies looking, Nicholas? Perhaps we can add Slayton Aerospace to our supply chain, provided this unpleasantness was behind us.
Yes, I think that could be a most beneficial exchange. There is just the small matter of paying for the humiliation. Mr. Musgrove, my former employee, and the thief responsible for our serendipitous meeting, was caught prior to your arrival. I think it would cement our new partnership if you were to decide on his sentence yourselves.
Well, I mean, clearly you want him dead.
I yield to your judgment. You've more than proven yourself capable of resisting any course of action I attempt to dictate to you. My security brought Musgrove to my office. I'm sure seeing you again will be a fine conclusion to your previous business.
We have an opportunity to spare a man's life. I know he probably wouldn't do the same for us, but that shouldn't matter.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Well then.
Oh no. You. Slayton really does have a sick sense of humor.
Why did you steal the artifact? I want the whole story.
10 years working in aerospace engineering, and they laid me off. You damn right I stole that thing. They tell you if you have talent and commitment, you can go far. But the truth is, it's all about who steals the most and gets away with it.
Where's the money, Musgrove?
Slayton took it all. Probably in one of his secure accounts somewhere.
I'll settle up with him later. Arbitration, lawyers, all that nonsense.
He wants me to decide what to do with you.
Please. I was just trying to sell a product, okay? Isn't that why we're all here?
Be lenient. We were taking advantage of his initiative, after all, even if we have found ourselves working with the man he stole from.
We're letting you go. Get out of Neon while you can.
Thank you.
A rare moment of compassion for this city. Very well. I'll clear things up with the authorities. You're free to go.
Time to go. Let's talk more back at the ship.
Can I take stuff in here? I can. Hang on. You got a bunch of valuable stuff around here. Ah, damn it. This is qualified as stealing. He's right there. This is unfair. This is not okay.
This was a good meeting. Very productive.
Moby Dick. Well, I mean, if that's your style of pornography, you know. Come in here. Come in here. I need the door closed. There's more shit that I can steal right here. What we got here? We got an exotic bottle. Sparkling wine. Slayton Slate. Daily calendar today. Check in with agents. Musgrove. Cover all possible meeting points. Astral Lounge. Madame Suaves. Have a good half of the good alleyways. Elevator security override test, liability insurance audit, both personnel and property damage. Preliminary activation of loss of life contractual clauses. Assume at least a dozen. Practice speech. Elevator on arrival. Meditation for the day. Opportunity is created from the setback. Wow. Oh, hello, wee Rab. How are you doing? Greetings. Contraband cache. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, so... Oh man, doing the picks is digipicking is always the hardest part. I always work from the innermost ring out. So, is it... Okay, so we do those two. Try to figure everything out first. Hello, Raiders! We Rab and a party of 9. How are you all doing? Greetings and welcome! As you can see, someone has shared some spicy pics available. Oh my word, what have I got myself into? Okay, so this one and this one are the innermost ring. Okay, so 1 and 2 for the inner ring. 1 and inner, middle, and now we need to do the outer ring. So got it. Wow! Harvested organs! And black market antiques. Okay, well. Okay, so it was totally illegal. It was like against the rules to open that up. Now, oh, I'm encumbered all of a sudden. Cool, that's fine. That's great. That's just what I wanted. Good, yeah. How you finding Starfield? It's a game. It's a game. That's the best way for me to phrase it. It's a game. Excuse me, I just disappeared into your personal office for a brief moment. It doesn't mean that I stole all of you. I mean, all right, come on. If you're gonna come in here. Any premium butt wipe I can take? Nope. Strangely enough, it looks like there's no such thing as premium butt wipe in this universe. How strange. All right, we are all done here.
Mr. Slayton is done with you.
Yeah, let's get down to that lobby. Steal all the toilet paper. God. Okay, let's go find the trade authority now. That's what I need because I have contraband to sell. Do they deal in harvested organs? I hope so, because I have some. Don't worry, I didn't extract them. I just found them post-extraction. I know it's here somewhere. Like, I've got a reasonable cause and reason to, like, stop and look around to make certain that I'm not...
Yeah, Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized. We had a good laugh about it back at the station.
Trade Authority.
This better not be a waste of my time. Yeah? Buying, selling, or moving.
Well, a good day to you, too.
Alright, smartass, let's cut the bullshit. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price. So, instead of wasting my time making me explain how the business world works, let's get a move on.
Liberated goods is my specific area of interest.
Now that's what I'm talking about. We both want to make some money, so what'll it be?
How does the TA manage to stay off the Freestar Rangers' radar?
Well, first of all, the outpost in Neon is hardly anything to be worried about. They have, what, like 4 men covering the entire city? Come on! And even if one of them got, I don't know, suddenly ambitious and put the heat on us, well, there are 2 ways to solve that problem. One way is to leave an unattended cred stick on the counter. The other is to give Sayoka a call. Either way, it's business for us as usual.
Well, let's do some business.
Yes, let's.
11,000 creds, that's not bad. Alright, miscellaneous. What do we want to sell off first? Maybe the organs is what we get rid of first. Just, you know. Let's in the interest of getting stuff off of me sooner, let's, where's the ammunition? Aid, notes, resources, miss. Oh, he doesn't carry ammo? Or am I just imagining something strange? Ship parts. He doesn't carry any goddamn ammo. Oh shit, I just sold stuff from the... Oh, okay, okay. Where's the buyback? I did not mean to do that. Look at me, completely doing the wrong thing. Whoopsie. Initially, we kept selling out, but management was kind enough to put some aside in the back for those who could not get to it in time. Same with canned goods and cleaning supplies. What's this? Was anyone affected by the toilet paper shortage during COVID? I was. I remember having a difficult time at the start of it all. Like, it's the reason why I have, like, a stockpile of toilet paper these days. Buyback is so nice. Is this the first time they've ever put buyback into the game? I don't remember. Let's find the 1.5 volt stuff first. 3 kilovolt. Millimeter. Man, a lot of exotic bottles I got there. Go ahead and buy. What else does he have here? He has adhesive. I could use that. I could always use some additional, like, trauma packs. And a med pack. I mean, that's always good. This is slow going, man. I think it is nice in my mind, though, because it's the free way to launder stolen stuff, as you know, which is always fun. It's always fun to launder stuff. Does selling it and using buyback get rid of the stolen part? Yes, it only works on the stolen marker, though. It doesn't work on anything else. Like, I can't buy back the contraband with the contraband marker taken off of it, so get rid of a couple of these things. We can get rid of 2 of these bottles. Right. Go back to ammo and buy some more junk that I probably don't even need. Sure, 6,000. That should round me out relatively well. There you go. Get rid of the rest of these exotic bottles while I'm at it. Exterminator, plus 30 damage against aliens. Huh, well, what do you know? That's good. Unless... I can't even... Oh, I got a couple of, like, really weird random things in here that I don't need. Like a blender lid. That's a bit of a strange thing to have in my inventory, but okay. I don't know how it got there. Luckily, I live by myself, so I could ration my toilet paper. Man. There's just... There was no good situation with all that.
Find anything else? Make sure you bring it to me.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, brah. Okay. So... Okay, so this is security. In that case, let us, Oh, just go to the ship. Alright, well, just going back to my spaceship. It's a little bit odd. I expected them to send me back to the lodge. Like, I'm actually pressing when I need to stop streaming right now. So, like, my main focus at the moment is just getting back to the lodge and freeing myself up so that I have, so I don't have a follower with me as I'm, like, exploring during the week, you know.
Hey, how's it going?
A deal with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think?
I think you and your wife are cute together.
Thank you. I guess. Some people call Issa a jewel, but she's more than that to me. I can't really describe it. There's a me, and a her, and an us. And I wouldn't trade the us for all the credits in Neon. All in all, a great success. Thank you for allowing me to tag along with Constellation's newest star. Yes, I used a pun. Forgive me.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh, Oh my god. Just... Okay, so it's not just go back to the lodge. It's now take off from Neon. How many... Like, what... Shit, the wrong button. Oh, I'm using that... I'm using the disembark button way too frequently. Shit.
It's always a good day when you come around.
Walter really grew on me after playing. I was worried he was going to be a one-sided capitalist ding-dong. What now?
Something you have no right to. My people have killed for less. But I will offer you one chance to hand over the artifact and turn away from this path.
Oh, that's not any type of ship I recognize.
We don't mean you any harm.
You say that now, but your kind is not ready for the artifacts. The Starborn know what you are, what you are capable of.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge, or drown in it.
They're really original with that wording too. Oh, you are Starborn. Oh, God. You have the best writing team, Bethesda. Oh, wait, you don't have a team? Is one guy who kind of did it on the side after he finished programming some of the AI? Wow, no wonder your writing is the way it is. At least tell us more about who you are.
The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance.
Full evasive maneuvers. Let's get out of here.
We'll get through this. Hold on.
I mean, can I maybe... Wow. Well, they can certainly move.
The Starborn will be hunting you now. Give up your search for answers.
God damn it. Ah!
Enemies finished repairing their weapon.
God damn it. Ah.
Become as dust.
You are very annoying. Stop it with that. Stop it. Stop it.
never heard of these Starborn. The speculation part of my brain is in overdrive. You need to regroup at the lodge immediately. Tell Noel to analyze the data off the ship's sensors. Everyone's going to want to weigh in on this.
Okay. Cool. We'll spin up the grav drive and... Am I actually going to be allowed to return? Starborn. Talk to Noel. Okay, let's set a course. And then save and quit. Hello, just doing a work lurk. A work lurk, eh? Well, hello, Super Dad. Secret space cult? Yes. I don't know. Humans can do plenty of damage when ignorant. Yes. Yes, we've done that plenty within our history. We do a lot of damage whenever we know what we're doing, too. All in the name of profit. All right. Is he gonna walk up and start talking to everybody, or... Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just fully save right here. Can we not loot the ship? No, it freaking vanished. It just poof, off into the ether it went. Holy. Okay, guys. I'm like more than a half hour overtime here, so that's where my fun and experience with this game ends. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I've got a whopping 5 squats to do. Oh, no. Oh, whatever will I do? I have destroyed myself. 5 squats. Okay, there we go. All done. And you guys can't redeem any more. No more squats. Saving my points. Gonna min-max. Min-max for what? Kato, what on earth are you even saving for? Yeah, I wanted to save up my solutions. What on earth are you even going to save your solutions for? There's nothing to save them for. Nothing is that expensive on it. Oh, you've redeemed an S word. Your S word is solutions, because evidently that's what people were doing today. No, your S word is save. Your S word is save, because that's what people have been doing with their solutions, which is quite befuddling to me. A new gift suggestion. Okay, we've got 2 gift suggestions here. I'm curious about them. I'm just going to check these before I leave. Holy. That is certainly an outfit. Oh my word. Okay, I see what the point is. You get a bodysuit and then you get a strappy thing to go over the top of it, and then you basically get the neon dancer that way. Oh my word. Maybe this is what I end up doing for my Halloween costume this year. God. Nightwill. Hey, thank you. Thanks so much for the raid there, Wee Rab. I hope that you have a good one yourself. Thanks so much for hanging out for a while. Wall pants is a pricey side. Is on the pricey side. Yes, it is. I'll admit that. Can I preload squats for next time? No, absolutely not. Okay. Indeed, and flag change too. Is the flag change expensive? I don't remember. My word. Do we need a flag change? Well, I mean, we could definitely use a different type of flag to put up. There is the novelty pair of underpants on the throne. That could definitely be used or a thing, you know. Yep, yellow ducks. Yep, they're still there. Okay, anyways, guys, you've been a wonderful and a lovely audience. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. Thank you so much for being part of the stream. Thank you very much for the resubscriptions and whatnot. So until I see you guys on Saturday, take care of yourself, stay happy, and stay healthy. Hopefully I won't oversleep my alarm on Saturday like I did today. But until next time, take care of yourselves, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay cool. The summer heat is not over yet. Until then, though, see you later. Bye.